Welcome back to RuralVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and if you're watching the first minute or something of this, you're probably watching the recorded version. But if you're watching it live, thanks for joining, and thanks for listening. I'll just give it a minute here to get started. But today's topics, I wanted to get into answering the question I put up last week. So it was Labor Day, and I put up a question to leave comments in the under the video and say what's the most inspirational property that you see up for sale on the website. And I was asking, please put a link or numbers or somehow so people can find it. And a bunch of people left comments and links that seem to be working really great. So I want to jump into that and I want to go through those. And I saw some people like 3, 4, 5 kinds of reviews. Let's go in there and see what it looks like live. And there's thumbs up kinds of things, and pick the one that's got the most thumbs up and give them a free piece of land. Probably some more of the Arkansas stuff that I've been giving away. But it's free. If you want me to go resell it, I'll try to resell it, turn it into cash for you. If you want to keep it, use it, have fun with it, give it to your kids, give it to whatever. It's a free piece of land, right? So I want to go through that. There's a couple guys that have some properties they want to review, so I want to go through that. And then I thought it'd be fun to look at the cheapest land on the website and the most expensive land on the website. I haven't figured out if I'm going to do it like state by state or the whole place. We'll see how much time we have when we get there. So first off, let's jump into the comments on the old videos from last week and look at who has been, who's in there. So just check the lights and buttons and stuff, make sure everything's still working over here. Seems to be working. I see some people leaving comments saying hello, good morning, hola. Good morning, guys, thanks for joining us. Okay, let's see if I can find the right button. I'm going to jump into the website, and this is RuralVacantLand.com, but I wanted to go to YouTube's last week's videos. So it broke up because my internet connection gets squirrely sometimes, and so it broke the video into 2 sections. So we've got 2 different ones. I think this one had the most, well, 450 views on one, 250 something views on the other. So let's go with the one with 450 views. I think this was the second iteration of it. And I'll look at both of them, but I'm not sure if you guys will be able to read these. See if I can make it bigger somehow. I'll do the reading. So the one that seems to have the most thumbs up at the top of the list, the most popular comment, was by Rotobob FPV. So I think that's the most. He's got 5. The next one's got 4. So Rotobob FPV, I think you're the winner. I want to go through what was said. Rotobob FPV. We'll look around, make sure I don't see any others while we're doing this, but I think that's the one that's got the most thumbs up. And he's saying, when I was 13, my mom and I decided one day to leave my hometown in Florida. We had our car, our dog, a tent, and a map. With very little money, we camped our way across the country. We stayed at state parks and KOAs. It was the most amazing adventure. Ended up in California. We got to see the whole country and live with the bare necessities. I remember the beauty of all those places and waking up to nature. It was a pure joy. I have one campsite in particular that stands out in my mind. There were gorgeous mountains, trees, and a babbling brook. I remember at that age I never wanted to leave, and the dream of living off-grid began then. I'm still working on making that dream come true. The most inspirational view for me is something that reminds me of a place that I love so much. For me, that's the land in Shasta, California, 1 acre with trees and a stream. The land in Siskiyou, California, with an amazing view of Mount Shasta would be an inspirational view to wake up to every day as well. And then he put links to these properties in there. So these links go to RuralVacantLand.com's website about each property. So I think the first one he's talking about is this Shasta County, 1 acre, charging $11,999. And I've had a bunch of these in this area, and I think these are street view pictures. But there's, so it's Ponderosa Private Road, I think, is the area. There's this is like a neighbor or something. This is some neighbor's gate entrance. So how they're setting it up. There's Round Mountain is the area. There's a pond next door, but I think this one's on a little creek. Got a video in there from the past. I got new maps on the website that just started up this last week. So you got interactive maps of the lot lines. And here's the road, and this is obviously not going to be it's crossing the road. It's in the wrong place. Like this line should be at the road, you know, so the GPS are off a bit. It's going from a database of land. So I think this line should be down in here more, and I think the creek runs down in here. There's one creek over here, but I think it's a tributary to that creek. Not 100% sure there's a creek in there, but I think you should get in there and take a look. I mean, it looks like it's flowing through there. And I know there's creeks in this area, and I think it messes with the roads in some areas. That's why the roads bend around and they don't cross it, right? Like the roads come through here, but they don't cross. And then the road's on that side, but it doesn't cross. Pretty darn sure there's a creek down in there that hooks up to the bigger creek. So let's zoom out of there. And then this interactive map is available to everybody on, I think it's all the properties now, or pretty close to all the properties now. So 1 acre, 11,999, and if we open it up in the classic maps and GPS maps, we can do 3D on it. I do 3D on these properties by going into Google Maps in the Chrome browser. You got to be in the Chrome browser, not like one of the other ones. And hold down the control button while you're panning around, and you can start to see topography. Yeah, so there's the property back in there. Seems like more of a hill than I was thinking. I thought that was down. So maybe the trees are more of the hillside than the stream. Maybe the stream's down at the bottom. You really got to visit these properties to tell. Because I've never been to them, so sometimes I'm lost. Like here's the obvious creek down here. This looks like more of a hill. Here's the road. Learn something new about these properties all the time. Okay, so let's find the other one that he was talking about was 3 acres by BLM land. Let's see what this one is. So this is up for sale by Jason Leadard, $18,000, Siskiyou County, California. 2.6 acres. Oh, the map's not up on this one yet. I'll have to get the map in. See where we're at in the world. I should have done that on the last one. So we're way up northern California, north of Redding, close to the 5 it looks like. Not too far off the 5 anyway. 97 shoots up. There's a smaller highway up here and little roads that go back into it. Yeah, it looks like little dirt roads. I'm guessing dirt. Looks like there's someone over here. Different people doing crops. Looks like people are doing grows. I'm guessing it's marijuana grows in the area, greenhouses and things. So there's one in between. And so I'm gonna go through a couple of these. So Aaron Fairchild, he got, I think, runner up, four thumbs up. I still live in California. I wasn't able to drive out to any of this of drive to any out of state location. That being said, I took it a step further. I found my favorite inspirational videos from photos on rvl.com and compared the real life views. This way I know it wasn't a stock photo or something. And I found this one in Kern County, selling for $4,899. So he went out to actually look at the properties and check out the views. That's the best. That's pretty cool. Okay, so he went out to look at this one, I believe. This one's up for sale by Aaron English. Yeah, Kern County, 5 acres, $4,899. Yeah, the map's not up on this one too. I'll try to get the map up on this one as well. It's got GPS coordinates, so we can click on those, bring it up in the maps. Looks like there's a dirt road there. Let's see if we can get the satellite flying. Did you say why this was the best view? Seeing the night sky is my inspiration. Okay, so he's got, I think it's neat and amazing how everyone has different inspiration. They have different points of view, right? From what's coming from their past or present or future or whatever. And seeing it, this looks like it's going to have some beautiful night skies. I mean, you could go camp out here or live out here or whatever and not have any lights. Maybe see a plane fly by, but I mean, no city lights to mess up your view of the sky here. It's probably dead quiet too. So looks like it's got some different topography in the area to look at. Maybe some mountains off in the distance. So that's a neat one as well. Let's close down some of these so we don't get too many of them open. Kill the internet connection. Thank you, Aaron, for that. And so let's see if he's got some different links. I think he's pointing out YouTube videos. I'm not going to play the video in the video. Well, this is someone else's how to get water and stuff videos. And then Dean Weaver is saying, lost someone in his family and started out as a school lunch lady and worked her way up to manager of school lunches in North Sacramento School District. When Luke asked to show something inspiring from his website, I felt compelled to write this. Not only has Luke and his team made it feel so attainable to achieve, but also turned dreams into reality. Seeing his videos makes me feel like I can achieve my dream of owning my own land and home, not like she did. Not just like she... Home just like she did. She worked her whole life to earn her own home. You see, my family has never eaten from a silver spoon. She may not have had much, but everything she did have, she worked her hands to be to the bone to attain. She passed away in that home, and a piece of my life, a piece that has always been so stable, so reassuring, also passed. I watched her smile, cry, laugh, and give hope with her encouraging words when despair was rampant. I chose this piece of property because it has everything she loved just as much as I. Being outside with her birds, her squirrels, her garden, the peace and quiet, the wind flowing through the trees, and also her Chihuahua, Taz. She was the only one in my family to own her home. When she retired, she spent every day in her garden. I don't know how many times I moved her bird baths, feeders, her fountains around the yard for her, helping her plant and prune her garden. This piece of property inspires me to attain my own slice of life and plant my own roots and make her proud of me. Thank you, Granny, for showing me it's possible, and thank you, Luke, and your team for making it a financial possibility. God bless. So this is this is about Dean Weaver's grandmother, Wilma Jean Cooker. So Wilma Jean, you planted the seed in Dean's britches to go out and get his own land. And so now he's got a piece of property here, and this is the one that inspires him. So let's see what he's looking at. Well, Shasta County again. Shasta County came up again. So 11,999, Shasta County, California, 1 acre. This was the one that Rotobob FPV picked out too. So this is the same one, and a 1 acre in Shasta County and a bunch of trees. And I'd probably do owner financing if you liked, or down payment plan if it makes it easier. I'm going to take credit cards. I mean, feel free to go out there, take a look at it, and see. I might have some other Shastas. If we look at, if we go to for sale in Shasta County, I think there's a couple other, there might be some others in there in the same neighborhood. Because I've had a couple in there. Yeah, there's another one in that same neighborhood. $8,999. So there's this one too. So this one is in that same neighborhood, I think. No, it's not. This is in a different area. This isn't the one I was thinking of. But this one's in Shasta County as well. Oh, there's Bailey Creek down here. I've had property on Bailey Creek before, but this one's a street or two off of Bailey Creek. In the woods, Shasta County in the woods. So I'll let you guys go look these up and figure them out. And then let's go down a little bit further. It's cool how you guys came up with so many different properties that you're pointing out. Shasta and Shasta, a couple of them the same, but a lot of different ones. This guy is pointing out one in Valencia County, Tim R. And let's see if we can find that one. So what I'm doing is there's a search box. So if you take the APN, you put it into the search box on ruralvacantland.com, it should come up with a property. Nope, it didn't come up with a property. But maybe did a O instead of a 0 or something. Let me try that. If you get the APN, it should come up. Yeah, there we go. So if you put the APN of the property into the search box, lots of times it'll bring up the right property. So Chris Riviera owns this one. He's asking for $3,500 down with $199 monthly payments. It's 20 acres in Valencia County, New Mexico. I don't have the maps up on this one yet either. I'll try to get the maps up on that too. So it's okay. So we got the mountains over here. We've got the 25 over here. This is like the river. I think this is Rio Grande River Valley, where there's a lot of stuff planted. Albuquerque up to the north, and so this is off on the, I guess you call it the parallite between the mountains and the river, like the alluvial that's come off, or the shelf in between. So you probably get some good views all over the place. Probably get some interesting weather too. Nice blue skies. But this is probably mountain views. So if we take a look at this, probably what he's talking about. You can see the different homesteads along the foothills of these mountains, the people looking up at the mountains. Mountains one way, river the other. So that's an interesting one as well. So 20 acres, $15,000, or he'll do terms, he'll do payments. MTM Worldwide saying, thanks Luke, I just bought a piece of land from you in Arkansas. Can't wait to go see this land, peace and quiet, beautiful. That's cool. Thank you. Thanks for buying the land. I'm sure the paperwork's in process or on its way to you soon if you don't have it yet. I was inspired by the land in El Dorado County, California. ID this one. So I just made some more videos about the El Dorado land. So I've got a couple of Northern California properties, and I'm going to try to add in more about the zoning. That's one of the things I want to work on today is figuring out a lot of the what you can and can't do with the different properties, and try to make it cleaner and easier for people to understand them. El Dorado County, yeah, here we go. So there's two properties next to each other here. I was asking $44,000, and I think you could, if you bought both of them, you could probably, what I would probably do is put a driveway through the one that's close to the road and go build on the one that's in the back, because you're going to be close to the stream there, right? So I made, two maps here. So one of the properties that's close to the road, I would put an easement down one side or the other, you know, just stick into the border of the property and leave room for someone to build a house next to it, and use that easement or that driveway from there down to the one that's in the back. So this thing clips, this corner here goes into the corner here, so it fits right into this like a jigsaw puzzle. So the one lot comes off the road and comes in here, and then you've got the bigger lot back here. So if you put a driveway down that first lot to get to the second lot, you would improve that first lot, and then you go build on the second lot. And the beauty of the second lot is it's overlooking the stream. The stream's down here. You're not right on the stream, but the stream's down the hill. I don't think anyone's going to build in between there. So you've got, you know, put your house here looking down. You probably hear the stream flowing by down below. And then, because you improve that first lot, that'd probably make it easier to sell that first lot. And by making that driveway into the second lot, it'd make the second lot valuable to you to use. Or you could build on the first lot and sell the second lot. But basically sell one of those lots to help pay for the whole package of buying these two lots. And I think that makes it a lot more attainable of a property to get into, instead of just paying all the time. You get a little more, you get another lever to pull. You don't have to sell it. I mean, you could just keep it. You could put grandma in there, or, you know, your kids or something, cousin, brother, friend from high school, whatever. But you know, if you sold one of them, I think it'd make the whole package a lot more financeable or attainable, whatever you want to call it. So funky shaped lot. There's a bunch of houses around the area, and there's a hill in here. I mean, you'd build on the hill, but you'd be overlooking the stream down below. And then so I think that's a neat one. I think that's the one she's talking about. And then Sparrow is saying the most inspirational property may be the one near Arnold City, California. Let's pull that one up. Just got the APN. So I'm going to go back to ruralvacantland.com. I'm going to put that APN in the search box. It's kind of hiding down at the bottom. We'll see if that pulls it up. Yeah, so there it is, $49,900. Okay, so Calaveras County, 3.24 acres. Which one is this? Is this the pie-shaped one? Yeah. Okay, so this one, my video's not working on it, but I'll try to get that fixed. So the pie-shaped one here, I was thinking about, there's a little road that comes in to the top. I think you could drive up in there. There's someone else's cabin back there, but I believe there's an easement that goes along the property lines to get there. So this would be the top of the hill, and the bottom of the hill there's a stream. And if we take the little guy over, let's see if we can get this to work. If we take the little street view dude over and look at the property, this is still on ruralvacantland.com. I'm getting more and more of this stuff on the website. You don't have to take off somewhere. I think this is the one across the street. This driveway is for sale for like $150,000. They're not even on the stream, but this side is on the stream. The stream's down here, and then the property's on the other side of the stream. And if you watch the videos about this one that I made, there's a neighbor down the way here that you can't really see by doing the street view stuff, but there's a neighbor down the way that's got a little walk bridge across the stream. That's how he gets in and out of there. So you put these little bridges in, and I'm seeing red lights. I wonder if I went too fast. We'll see if this video catches up. So if anyone could say if it's working or not, that'd be after watching that pie-shaped property video, I went to Domino's. There you go, A2. Okay, so hopefully this video catches up with me. I'm getting a bunch of red lights, like it might not be working. So hopefully it's coming back around. I'm playing with too much stuff on the computer. It's like video in, video out. It's not working. Yeah, a bunch of good comments. Thank you everybody that's on here. The first version of that video, it got cut off because of my bad internet. Had some comments too. So someone was saying Apache County. They like this one in Apache. They thought this one was inspirational. And see if I can get this to work. You guys are still leaving comments, so hopefully the video is working. I'm just getting red lights. Maybe it's stopping and starting. Still good. Thank you. Thank you, Off Grid in Arizona. So 4,995 is 40 acres. That is some cheap land. Andy Barnhart keeps coming up with some good prices. Basically $5,000 for 40 acres in Apache County, Arizona. So it looks like we got the map going on this one. And there's some little dirt roads. I want to say cruddy dirt roads. I mean, you're probably going to have to take your chainsaw in there and chop some bush and take your tractor and drag it and stuff to get the roads to work in this kind of area. But $5,000 for 40 acres? Heck, you could rent a tractor for a weekend, go drag some of those roads. Let's take a look. Is this Witch Wells area, or where is this? Yeah, so Witch Wells Tavern is a bar outpost kind of thing right here at the intersection of 191 and the 61. And it's north of St. John's, Arizona. It's north of Show Low, Pine Top, Springville. You know, it's directly east of Holbrook, south of Sanders. If you're taking the 40 and you turn at Sanders and go south, or if you can get yourself to St. John's and go north up to 191, the only stop anywhere in there is this Witch Wells Tavern at the turnoff of the 61. And we can take the little street dude in here. Hopefully I'm going to kill the video again, but where'd we go? So here's the tavern. So this is the intersection of the 191 and the 61. So if you're coming up this road, I mean, this is the only thing out here anywhere. And there's your, you know, you can have a drink. Have a drink for the road. Not that that's a good idea, but that's what it's there for. And Witch Wells Ranches. So if we go back to that map, I don't know how to go back on this thing. Maybe that's the problem with my new map system. There's no way to go back. You just have to reload the page. So it's, you know, you turn off up here, Witch Well Tavern, and take these dirt little roads down, and down. So take some of these little roads and get down to the property using your GPS. Probably the easiest way. Other land I've had in the area, people say there's cows in the road. You know, as you're driving around this neighborhood, the cattle will stand in the road. You just gotta honk your horn or chuck a rock at them or go try to pet them and see if they walk out of the way. But don't hurt them. The ranchers will get mad. Really, really mad. So that's the gist of it. If you want to keep the cattle off your land, you have to build a fence to keep them out. Yeah, running water, little streams. So I'm getting more of those, like Northern California ones. I'm starting to get more water and streams. It says Carpet Expert Blueprint says keep them deals coming. Can we have links to channels you mentioned? So in the previous one we were talking about, we had one of the previous questions, what's your favorite homesteading channel on YouTube? And I went through a whole bunch of them. I could try to go back and get links to all those. what kind of makes me want to not do that is, I publish these videos. There's a bunch of views the first day or two, and then it's like nothing after that. So I don't know if I go back and do that, if anyone watches it or not. I don't know if they do or not. So let's jump back to my face shot. I got to remember to turn that off. I'm going to pull up some guys that have some deals that they want to talk about, and I'll try to do some comments in between too. So we've got Dave Ayres. He's got a property in Apache County, Arizona he wants to talk about, and one in Costilla County, Colorado he wants to talk about. And we've got Willie Goldberg, who's got one Arriba County, New Mexico he wants to talk about. Let's see if Dave answers the phone. Sometimes he does. I think he usually has a hard time answering this time of day, but let's give him a try. Let's see if I can get him on the line. Just bear with me, guys. He's gonna have something good to say, I swear. This is how we learn about land. You pick up the phone, right? Call people. Ooh, my audio's working the first shot. I'm learning how to run this stuff. But it's crackling. Oh.
Hi, Luke.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for answering the phone. Thanks for coming on. You're live on YouTube.
You bet. Great. Hi, everybody.
Good deal. I don't know if you can see the comments and stuff while you're doing this. Yeah, so we were just talking about inspirational land. I had a bunch of people chime in with land from last week that they thought was inspirational, the views and why the land was inspirational. I mean, that's a big driver to go buy land, right? Is some kind of inspiration. One of my favorites in there was, well, I had a couple favorites. One guy was talking about doing the road trip across the country with his mom and camping all over the place and finding something like his favorite camping spot as a kid. Another one, the lady was talking about, or it was a guy, was talking about his grandma passed on and how she was the only one in the family who owned her own land. And it's kind of like one person in the family going to college, right? One person breaks the ice, then others start going, and before you know it, it turns into an educated family, maybe a generation or two later. But it's owning assets, right?
You know,
it's breaking that seal of going from paycheck to paycheck to actually owning something that can lower your expenses, that can work for you, that can, I mean, whether you're living there or you're selling it or you're improving it, one of those angles is helping your livelihood, your lifestyle, your family, that whole picture, right?
Yeah. And you know, that what you're talking about is generational for land as well.
Yeah.
You know, my great grandma and my granddad started buying land in Nebraska back in like 1939 and started their own ranch and just started raising Angus beef cattle and just growing it little by little.
Nice.
You know, till they had what was a small ranch, you know. Small ranch for up there was like, it ended up, they grew it to 4,000 acres or so, and that sounds huge to us, but in that world, it's very small.
Yeah, it's just the...
But, you know, it sets your family on a generational pace, though, you know, to just see and appreciate those things that, you know, in everyday world and, you know, circles in the city, we don't always see. So
yeah,
it's very cool.
I mean, the land around where I live is just ridiculous. I mean, I was talking to one of the neighbors who has a vacant lot, and another guy I know is asking me to help him find a vacant lot in the area. He wants to build a house. It's one of the dads from my kids' school, right? The kids are just back in school, and he's like, "Oh, you deal land? I want a lot around here." And I've been shopping, I've been looking, and And they were like, we just paid $1.6 million for this lot. It's a vacant lot, no house on it. I'm like, oh man, better be a beautiful one. And the other guy, the dad from the school, is sitting on cash because he sold his house, and he's looking for the place to go, and the market's going up while he's sitting on cash, and he's like feeling like he missed the bus. And I don't know. It doesn't make sense anymore. I don't know if it ever did around here where I live. It's just stupid prices. I rent. I think the rent that I pay is less than the taxes I would pay to live here if I bought the place. So, I don't know. It's one view. But I dream of having a nice big horse ranch somewhere. My wife has horses, and I'm gonna build my own place on some land. Because I always grew up in northern Michigan with land all over the place. You could go explore. It wasn't a big deal, in the woods and lakes and streams. And I want to get back to that without the cold. But we'll see. So what's the property you have for us today? I had it pulled up here. I'll get back to it. You got two of them, Apache County, Arizona, and Costilla County, Colorado.
Yeah, and Luke, I love hearing what inspires these guys, because when we talk to our customers or you hear from them and read what they've written, it's like they're so creative, so much more creative than I am.
Oh,
I love
totally.
hearing what they're doing with it.
Yeah, I learned so much from these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So to the property, while you're pulling it up, we just acquired this little 4.39 acre property in Apache County, and I'm not too prepared to talk to you about it. We just got it in, and it's kind of like about a third or a little more of the property is on a neat area where you could build kind of some of a hill, and then you own part of when it's monsoon season, you've got part of a stream there that you'd own at that time. So neat little property, might be fun to even just go out and shoot, or take your UTV out there and just ride. So
there you go.
And it's 1977 for a little over 4 acres.
Yeah, I'm cutting and pasting the GPS in here and pulling it up. I don't think the links are working on the GPS. I'll try to get that fixed. I don't have the new maps on here yet too, so I'll try to get the new maps on this one as well. So they got the I see what you're saying. So there's probably a seasonal stream coming through there. And then some little roads. There's roads running around the area.
Well, and if Google kind of adds some roads where, if you look at the GIS, there's not an official road through there.
Okay, this is really close to St. John's too.
I'm sorry, say that again, Luke. It cut out.
Yeah, I think the phone keeps ringing. It's really close to St. John's. Like St. John's High School.
10 minutes. Yeah. So you got gas, groceries, and the pharmacy about 10 minutes away, but still out on your own.
Nice. It's pretty cheap too.
Yeah.
So, Why Worry Lane? There's a good name. It's the name of the road. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I was telling you, if you look it up on the GIS, there's not a road through there at all. It's just, for some reason, Google Maps, I don't know if they pick up have you noticed, do they just kind of pick up on a trail sometimes and throw it on there? Or
yeah, I'm not sure. There's different data sets. So you're looking at the GIS, and Apache County, you basically have to go off the GIS. I mean, you never really get plat maps in that county. It's all the GIS
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else.
So there's basically where it shows that road kind of coming through on Google Maps. It's really a cul-de-sac that turns around and goes back up. It doesn't come on down through. So
Okay. So what side of the stream?
If that makes sense.
What side of the stream is the property on? Because the pin kind of drops.
It's on the west side.
So it's on the west side. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't highlight it the best. That pin is basically on the northeast side of the property, and so I'll get that put in there a little better, because it'd be better to just pinpoint the northwest side. But if you could get it where that, where the parcel fact.
There we go. Okay, I'm seeing
brings up that hole.
Yeah, so there.
It's in the photos.
Yeah, so there's a photo where it looks like, there's a lot more usable land off to the west, and then it drops down into the wash. And that 2-track kind of looks like it runs through the property. I see it. You can kind of see the 2-track there, like a light trail, but it looks like you'd have to do some work on that to make it a driveway to really use it to get in and out of there. The Why Worry lane.
Yeah, and then you've got access from the south then too, on a little better road from that. I think it's 6033 there.
Okay.
That'd probably be your best access from the south.
Have you gotten into zoning or use or anything with the county there? It's probably outside of city limits, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And
I don't, and I haven't got too detailed on that yet.
Yeah, I've never had anywhere in Apache County turn down RV and mobile home. Like, mobile home's always okay in every property I've asked about, and they've just been really easy. I mean, some of the neighborhoods put up some other regulations. So this one looks like San Juan Meadows. Maybe they have some regulations, or maybe not. But yeah, Apache's always been really easy use, kind of restrictions on the land, or restriction-less land, I should say.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That should make it really easy for someone to run with. There's people building in the area. I mean, here's one just south of there, like right on the edge of that same wash.
Yes.
Why Worry Lane, the same lane. They're on the wash side of the stream, or the wash side of the lane.
Right there on the west side there, yeah.
No, that's cool.
Push.
Okay, say the price on that again.
$19.77.
That's nice and cheap. That's almost 5 acres. 4.39 acres. That's cheap. Yep. 5 acres. That's cool. Thank you, Dave. Okay, so
I think we're the cheapest 5 on there right now. Anyhow.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Costilla County. So you've got this one in Costilla County. You've been doing a lot of business in Costilla, huh?
What's that? I'm sorry, it cut out again.
Yeah. You've been trading a lot of properties in Costilla County.
Yeah. We like it there. And if you don't mind, real quick too, Jessica won some land from you about, I guess it's 2 weeks ago with the holiday.
Yeah.
But Jessica won some land from you, and then she came and invested in some Colorado property out there with us as well.
Nice.
So a big thank you to her, and congratulations on winning land.
Yeah, I haven't made a video about what land she won yet. I've got the APN number that I'm going to try to give her on my spreadsheets and the paperwork flying. It's not settled yet, but it's a process to run through the paperwork, and then I'll start telling people exactly what property it is they get, as it's more for sure going to happen. Almost for sure, not 100%, but when it's almost for sure. And if it doesn't work, I'll get some other properties.
Yeah.
So 14 acres.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, 14 acres, and I mean, this is is about half of what one of the cheapest property I could find there in Costilla. So you're at $89.97 on this neat little property. It's actually two properties. It's an almost 10-acre property with an adjacent almost 5-acre property. So thrown together, it's 14.14 acres, and you're about 5 minutes from gas and groceries. You're just north of town. I kind of call it not so off-grid property because you still need to find your source of electricity and water there, but the locals tell me they've got CenturyLink for high-speed internet, so they love the speeds they get and everything there.
Nice.
So yeah. So it's just a cool little property, of course, and you can see all the views from those are actual photos from the property.
Okay. So
and I'm open to set up some custom financing on that for somebody too, if they'd like to do that.
Yeah. So they go to San Luis, or they go to Fort Garland, or go to either for the main
They go
town?
to
San Luis. How do you say it?
San Luis is the closest. Yeah, San Luis is the closest for just hitting gas, groceries, and a post office. They've even got a hotel and a little coffee shop, a couple cafes. So I mean, so some of the guys will actually buy these to, for hunting camp, and then you've been out hunting all day, and sometimes you make your own, but sometimes you just take 5 minutes, run into town, and grab a bunch of guys go in and grab something to eat after a day of hunting or fishing too,
Yeah. So what's the main hunt? Is it deer, elk, birds, all the above?
It's all the above, but what brings people out of state is elk.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, exactly. It'd bring me in too if I can afford it, man. It's awesome. But yeah, they've got they're known for having a nice herd there in the area as well, and you've got, I don't know what map you're pulling up, but when you see green all around you, it means there's something public somewhere there for you to play on. So
I was looking at the little towns, Fort Garland and San Luis. Fort Garland's got the Conoco showing up on the map. San Luis looks like it's got more going for it than Fort Garland. Yeah, but there's a couple houses in the area, and there's streets running around to be able to get in and out of there. Yeah, and there's just mountains, all kinds of mountains, and
they're county maintained roads too. So you're good for winter and year round basically.
Nice. I always forget about that in Southern California, how much that matters.
Yeah. It's one of the first couple questions. Will I be able to access it year round? If they know the area. Right?
Yeah. My dad was the guy in charge of taking care of the road where I grew up, and it was a little over a mile from the county road, and so he was always, the trees would fall down, or always out chopping trees, dragging stuff out of the road, getting it fixed, fixing holes, like making sure the snowplow guy is plowing, who's got to plow to who's driving, who's in town, who's out of town and stuff. But yeah, he'd get stuck collecting the money and paying the bills on that too. But that was...
So was it just you guys on the road, or did you have a neighborhood that used the road?
Yeah, well, the road used to be called Smith Road. It was like my grandpa worked on it, right? And it was through it's Michigan. It's all swamp. So the first big section of it was built with logs. They dropped the logs down, and they laid logs across the muck, and then put dirt on top of them, right? And then you could drive across it. And that they improved that over time. And then someone built it was along Lake Michigan, part of Lake Michigan. So they built some cabins that they would rent out in the summer, like a camp kind of thing. And so they wanted to change it to the name of that camp. And so they changed it to the name of that camp. And so it went from Smith to that name. I'll leave the name off.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah. Sure.
So it was always that name, but it was a lot of long driveways going off the private road to houses by the beach. So these little beach houses, and in the winter it was vacant, like everyone took off. And in the summer it was full. And so my mom took care of a lot of the houses. I mean, she'd make sure the snow didn't topple in the roofs or clog up the air vents or whatever, and make sure the houses were still going, and check in on them. And sometimes you'd get squatters in the winter. People would break in and stay in one of the houses for a while because the whole place is empty,
Yeah.
You could totally go stay in those houses without anyone knowing. Now they have alarms and stuff, but yeah, so she would do that. She's always taking care of the houses and things. Eventually sold that. My parents sold that house, and we've got a cabin that's down the beach a little bit from there that they still have. They rent out by the week. And so they moved to North Carolina to get out of that weather, and they still rent the cabin out throughout the summers. They go and stay early spring and late summer or early fall. They'll use the cabin, but yeah, it's right on Lake Michigan. Like, the deck rolls out onto the sand, and it's a log cabin, like an A-frame style log cabin, and the big stone fireplace in the middle, like stones all pulled out of the lake. And yeah, it's a beautiful setting. It's just it's no jobs, there's no work. It's dead cold in the winter. And yeah. So
Luke, I know you're going to need to get going.
Yes,
quick.
do it.
Did I see? Are you an attendee? I know you're a guest speaker at the Beginner Land Academy session. Are you attending the intermediate, or are you?
Yeah, I'm attending the intermediate one. I actually paid for a ticket, and that one is I got it written down here. October 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or something like that. So it's coming right up. So if you're going to either of those or anyone else out there, it'd be great to get to meet you. And
yeah, we talked to Jill Friday, and we're signing up today. So I just wanted to check and see real quick.
The first
intermediate.
Okay, so it should be good. We'll learn some stuff.
Yeah.
See if we can up our game on doing these kinds of deals. Do a lot more of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Luke, for all that you do, and thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, and I'll try to get the better maps going on your properties too. They're starting to get rolled out through the website, interactive maps on all the properties, and I think that makes it a lot easier for people to find the properties and figure out where they are, and maybe kill some of the questions of how do I get there, where's the lot lines. I get those questions all day long. So I think that'll make it a lot easier for everybody, and hope to see that in your ads right around the corner. I'll try to get them implemented here. And thank you.
Sounds great.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye. So that's Dave Ayres, guys. He's got properties posted on ruralvacantland.com, and we were looking at a couple of his, one in Apache County and one in Costilla County. And so he just keeps bringing them up, all these cheap, right here, right over my head, easy, cheap land, right? Easy, cheap land. He just keeps serving it up. So thanks, Dave. Let's go to the next one. The next one is Willie Goldberg. Let's see if he answers the phone. My phone keeps ringing because I sent out all these mailers. I gotta get back to people.
This is Willie.
Hello, Willie. It's Luke. Thanks for coming on the line.
Hey, Luke. How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Doing pretty well.
Good deal.
Monday morning's off to a good start. Pretty busy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm watching my phone ring while we're on the live call going, oh no, I'm missing it. I'm missing it. So I sent out all these, for whoever's listening, I got the crazy idea that, people that buy land. And I've seen it over and over and over again. People buy one property and then they'll buy 2 more and then they'll buy 5 more or 10 more properties. And it's not necessarily always the same. It's a new person coming along buying a property. So statistically, I think every now and then you find those people that buy lots of land. So some of the properties, some of the bigger dollar ones I got on the website, the people aren't buying off of just YouTube videos. I decided I'd send letters out to all the people in the area that have been buying similar kinds of land in the area to those properties. And so the last week or two I've been sending out a bunch of those letters, and I'm seeing people call from those areas while we're doing this, and it's Monday morning.
Oh, really?
Those are usually the best calls, and I'm missing them. But yeah, I'll start returning them.
How's that been going? Have you been sending those out for a bunch of the properties, or just more of the high dollar ones where you try to do some special marketing, or how's that been?
Yeah. Well, I'll give a little bit of background and then I'll answer it. So the way I buy a lot of these properties, Willie and Dave and the other guys on the website, is we send out letters to people, systematically go through, and we make offers on all the land that fits the criteria that we're looking to buy. And we make offers and say, this is how much I'll pay you cash. If you're willing to take the money, we'll make it quick and easy and we'll do everything for you. And some people always need the money, right? And they want the money, they need the money, or they want to get rid of the property or whatever. And they call us back and they say, yeah, give me the money, here's the land. And so we get this land and then we put it up for sale. And so that's why you're getting the cheapest land in the market, is because we keep getting properties like that off of people that need cash. It's almost like a pawn shop. They need money right now, and it's not so much about the price. And so we can get them at usually good prices, hopefully good prices if we're doing our research right, and put them up for sale and offer them to you guys that want to buy these properties for less than everybody else is offering these properties or similar kinds of properties up for sale. And so that's how we continuously have the cheapest stuff in the area, or the best price land in the area. And that's why we can do so much volume of selling land and selling land and selling land compared to a lot of everyone else that's going for the dreamy dollar retail price of got to wait for the right person to come along that's going to fall in love with it, and the specific super duper buyer that takes it, the prices the realtors are always dreaming of or talking of or selling you on. Those aren't the prices that a lot of land actually trades at. Excuse me. So the flip side of that is we've learned how to get that data, information, how to do those mailers. We can use that information to target buyers. So the logic I was just talking about is people that buy land buy a lot of land. And so people that have bought land in the area, that know the prices, that know the market, that know their stuff, why not tell them about the cheap land that I have for sale at half or less or something what they just paid for their land, and maybe they want to buy some more. And so I've been sending them letters, customized letters, maps and everything, all kinds of their information on it, and just really detailed letters saying here's a really good one for you with the sales pitch of all the benefits of why this land is awesome, and putting it in their mailbox. So that's been getting the phone to ring recently. I think that's what you're asking about, right, Willie?
Yeah, that's right. I've only done that. I've done that one time for one property that I've owned. Yeah. And it was just because I knew their neighbors right by the property, their homes right by the property. I sent it out to 4 people, and then I had 2 of those people call back and say they want to buy it. So I know it's effective. It's just, nice. It's just a little bit more time consuming, but I think it's a really good idea, especially for the higher dollar properties. And yeah, I'm gonna try to keep sending out some neighbor letters once I get a little bit more time on my hands. But it sounds like it's been going pretty well for you.
Yeah, I think today is go day. So when we get off this live call, I'm gonna get back to a bunch of these people.
Hit the phone.
Yeah, hit the phone.
That's
solid,
great.
And see what they say. See if a bunch of these properties disappear off the website real quick, and then we get some new ones.
Yeah, hopefully we get some good news.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got Willie's property pulled up. This is the one that he was asking to talk about and make sure it's on the screen. Yeah. So we got this on the screen. He's asking $3,990. This is Arriba County, New Mexico. And if you're listening to previous calls, maybe 2 weeks ago, I think Willie was saying we got a bunch of properties coming up in New Mexico. So now he's delivering on what he said, and we got some properties in New Mexico. And can you tell us about this one, Willie?
Yeah, so I guess, like you said, I've been getting a bunch in New Mexico. Sandoval County is one I presented on a couple weeks ago. This one's out in Rio Arriba. I had another one out in Rio Arriba near San Antonio Mountain. I put that on the market early last week, and that one sold within a day of me putting it on. So
nice.
I'm thinking of pricing these properties out in Rio Arriba. I priced that one. It was the same size, same price. So I'm thinking I got. Hopefully, I'm getting these on the market at a good price. And this one's 2 acres out in Abaque. It's near Santa Fe. It's about an hour drive, 2 hours from Albuquerque. So good proximity to those areas, the a little more urban areas. This one is near Rio Chama, where you have good fly fishing. It's also near the Lake Abaque Reservoir. You can go boating, fishing there as well. This property has a dirt road running up to it. It's got mountain views. You can live off the grid in this property. Like I said, there's homes nearby, so they've been able to figure out the electric and water. This one is at a little over 5,000 in elevation, 5,000 feet in elevation, so it's a bit higher.
Okay.
And you've got some good mountain views as well, so it's a little bit up there near the mountains. And so I think the property taxes are $54, $55 a year, so pretty reasonable.
That's
in terms
easy.
of holding it for a long-term investment. And the comps in the area, so I've been getting a decent amount of interest from the mailers that I've sent. And the comps in the area for property of this size, so if you pull up Zillow, which I think I have it up here. Yeah, so I pulled it up. And so I've sorted Zillow by price 1 acre to 5 acres, just vacant land for sale. And I sorted by the cheapest, just so the cheapest comes up first. And the cheapest property in the whole county is $6,000, and that's for a 1 acre property.
Wow.
Again, this is a 2 acre property, and I'm pricing it at $4,000. So I think that's kind of why the other property I put up in this county near San Antonio Mountain kind of flew off the shelf, is because I've priced it at 33% lower than the cheapest property in the market of 1 to 5 acres, and there's 162 of these lots on the market. So I think I've priced it very good. I think it's got some good attributes, and offering terms at $199 down, $199 a month. Check out, go to the listing that Luke is presenting. I'm sure he'll share the link, or he can share the link.
Yeah.
But it's on Luke's website. If you just go to ruralvacantland.com, you can find the listing, and it's $199 a month for 24 months. So that's a little bit about this property. So I think hopefully it's a good one in a new market that I'm just getting into right now.
Nice. So this is just north of Santa Fe. There's a crash going on the 84, which is messing up the drive timeline and getting there.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's saying 47 miles to get to Santa Fe. That's pretty close. Yeah. And I see the reservoir over there. That looks like a nice body of water. And then you're saying fly fishing? That caught my attention, but I missed where it was. There's like a stream by the property. Is that the same one?
Yeah, so I'm talking about the Rio Chama, which is...
Oh, okay, south of there. I see it.
Yeah, you see it. So
yeah,
the reservoir. Yeah, the reservoir is close by. From my research, you can fish and you can go boating in that reservoir. It's called the Abaque Lake.
Okay.
And so I'm actually getting a property in escrow that's right next to that lake that you're referring. It's a 5 acre property, so it'll be a bit more expensive. But if there's a buyer out there who wants property right next to that lake, I will have one coming to the market in a week or two. Just waiting on escrow on that one.
Good deal. This looks like a neat area. I saw a lot of topography. Looks like you're going to see a lot of mountains. Definitely not flat land. What is that? Sierra? You're looking up at a big one. Sierra Negra?
Yeah, so I think that's a nearby mountain range.
Some black ones to the south.
Right.
There's a black one to the north.
Yeah.
Some volcanic or something going on.
Yeah, so you definitely got some
nice
views
ones.
on this property. So yeah, you got mountain ranges to the north and the south. So
Valle Caldera National Preserve, Santa Fe National Forest. So you get some parkland, Carson National Forest. Bunch of national forest. Huh. That's cool. Thank you. That's a
yeah. So you got some things to do around this area.
I haven't seen
go
any.
hike in the national forest. Go hang out there.
I haven't seen any land in that area show up on the website. That's really neat. That's good. You're getting creative with the offers.
Yeah.
Getting them in there.
Hopefully, I'm adding a little diversity to the site, giving people some more options. I don't know if there's too many people posting properties out in New Mexico, so hopefully this will add some more.
Yeah, there's New Mexico. It seems to go in waves. Like, you get a bunch of New Mexican properties, and then they disappear, and then I don't know. I did a mailer in the past with a couple friends, and we did the whole state. I mean, we it wasn't a very targeted mailer, but we had something like 47,000 records. That was ridiculous. Like, my computer was coughing.
I can't even imagine like what's going on with your phones after you send those out. It blows my mind. Like, I feel like I'm sending out a lot of offers, and I'm getting a lot of phone calls back. But if sending out the whole state, you gotta be like stuck on your phone for weeks.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It wasn't a good idea. But hey, I tried it. I figured out where the top of the computer doesn't work that well. Like, mine doesn't have enough memory to hold that kind of spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Because it's like 300 something columns and 47,000 rows of data about properties. And
did you just go to like RealQuest and just download, like, click New Mexico and then just like land and then the whole state?
No, you can't do the whole. I did county by county, and
gotcha.
So it's not every single county. Like, if you go to, is it Union County, like northeast corner of New Mexico, there's like 2,000 people that live in the whole county. There's no digital data there. If you look at the courthouse for the county, it's like on a dirt road in a trailer. I'm surprised they even have Street View. Like, nobody lives there. I mean, some people live there, but the bureaucracy's gone, and you're just gonna mail letters to like brothers and cousins and stuff. Everybody knows everybody. Good luck buying land. They don't know who you are. They don't want to talk to you. So I skipped some of those counties, but like all the counties that had data that I could zoom in on and sort and sift and cut through and stuff. And bought a lot of land. It wasn't just me on the mailer. I cut it up between a couple of guys, and we all bought land. I think everybody ended up buying land off of it, so it was totally economic, but not very accurate at all. It's just spray and see what you get. So
my experience working in a lot of those counties is I get a ton of response, and a lot of it is people who don't want to sell, who just want to yell at you. So I'm sure you got your fair share of that on that mailer. Yeah,
a lot of people that were mad about something. Like, I paid $90,000 for the property, and you're offering me $3,000 or something. It's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
The person next door says, oh, thank you. I really want to sell to you right now. Like, the spread on the market's crazy on rural vacant land. So that's how we can come up with it.
Very wildly efficient.
Yep. Okay. So we got, I'm looking at the comments go by. It looks like Jill DeWitt's listening. And we got a couple people on there. So thank you. Thanks, Willie. Thanks for coming on the call. And do it again next week.
Yeah, I'm around. So yeah,
okay.
Thanks for having me again.
Sounds good. I'm going to try to go through some chats. I think I'm going to cut off the last of my itinerary for today because it's getting pretty old. And then I'm going to skip off. Thank you. Talk to you later.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Luke.
All right.
Bye.
So I'll get links to these properties we're talking about in the description of this video after I hang up and get off. Let's see if I can get through some of these comments. Peddling Profits saying, really like your map upgrade, Luke. Yeah, no, it's interactive maps is cool. And I see Jill DeWitt's on the line. She created this website called Parcel Fact. And so if you go to that website, I've pulled Parcel Fact up in like 300 videos or something and showing you Parcel Fact. And it's got the same kind of interactive map that shows up on Rural Vacant Land. And they have a subscription. You sign up to their group and you can get in there and you can get all kinds of data that comes with a map, not just a map. Like you get the owner's information, their address, what they bought it for, that kind of information. And so that's a really neat website too. So that's one that she put together. And then Pollyanna saying, by the way, Luke, I tried to post my inspiration comment on last week's video, but it wouldn't post. Glitch on my end, I'm sure. I don't want you to think I didn't follow through. Okay. Maybe you need like a user. You've got a username, Pollyanna. You're posting on here. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to post a comment on that one, but I don't know. A2 is saying I'm in everyone's group. I think me as an ambassador. How do you get the data? Pammy Lee is asking, how do you get the data? So how do you get the data on doing mailers? So Jill DeWitt, we should refer to her. I should get her on the phone. She's a source of the data. She's got so that same website we were just talking about for Parcel Fact, they get the data from that website from a data feed that's out of the same people that's like Experian, you know, your credit card rating people, your credit rating kinds of types. And they've got a website called RealQuest Pro, which you need to have a membership to get. And Jill DeWitt, who's on the line here, she's got a group of people. Like she's got this another website called Land Academy. So if you go sign up to Land Academy, you can get access to their group discounted deal to get into that data. And they aggregate the county data together that way. And you can use the data for all kinds of things, whether you're trying to buy land, sell land, like I was talking about. I've been doing these letters to sell land, to super directed sales pitches to people that buy land and say, hey, buy some more at half the price of what other people are charging for it. You can get data like that out of their service at Land Academy. And then before that, David Ayres, who was on this call talking about properties, he was saying he's going to the live event in Hermosa Beach coming up in October, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, like it's a long weekend kind of live event. He just signed up for that this weekend. And I was saying, great, I'm going to see you there. That's also put on by the Land Academy people and Jill DeWitt, who's leaving some comments on this video, or leaving some, she's in the chat. And so they're teaching people how to do it. And we all learn from them, and we hope to learn a lot more and get better at this. So let's see what else is coming up in here. I'm looking forward to attending your seminar Land Academy course in the near future. I'm attending the thing. I'm not hosting it. Jill DeWitt here is, oh, okay. I'm going back and forth reading different comments, see if I can catch up. She's the one hosting it. Pollyanna, still searching for my acres in Arizona. I plan to begin a new Old West homestead. Yeah, you should do it on YouTube. Like, YouTube this stuff up. Look, 1,000 subscribers. 377,000. My little piddly dink YouTube channel's got like 45 or 4,600 subscribers. This thing's got 377,000 subscribers. And they talk about building their homestead. So they've got hundreds of videos. They post a video like every day. Like you can see a whole bunch of them that I've been watching. I haven't watched the last two of them. The last couple of them, 160 something thousand views, 147,000 views. And they do a lot of silly stuff. They make really stupid mistakes on building things. I'm sure I would make worse ones, but they do a horrible job on stuff, but they learn and they do it. they figure it out, and because it's real, people watch it. And they're not like professional construction people, but they got her out there, you know, swinging the hammer and driving screws and building stuff, and he's trying to learn it along the way too. And so that channel of them going from nothing of a property to turning it into a home, like it's money out of this. They might, who knows, make $1,000, $2,000 a video or something in advertising. I'm guessing, I don't know exactly what they make, but I tried to bid on advertising in their channel, and yeah, right, like I can't pay what other people are paying to advertise on their channel. So I know they're making some money, and that's something you can do with your land, is just start holding the camera. Yeah. And because I haven't been keeping up with the chat, but this video is getting long, and I want to give away a piece of property to somebody that's listening. I mean, I already gave one away at the beginning to Rotobob FVP, Rotobob FPV. Please send an email to Gilian, Gilian, at ruralvacantland.com. I'm gonna throw this back in my face. And say your name, your contact information, what title you would like on the land, a title, like what you want the land to be owned in, whether it's your name or you and your spouse or your kids or your company, trust, whatever. And let me know, and I'll get the land. It'll take me a couple months to go through the paperwork. I'll go negotiate a purchase, buy some land for you, get the deed coming from the county to you. And then when you get the deed in hand, you can actually go do something with it. But until then, it's kind of gonna until you get it. And then if you want me to resell it, let me know, and I'll go to work on reselling it for you. Or go use it, have fun with it. And I want to give away another one to somebody who can answer a basic question from the beginning of this video. We were talking about a whole lot of comments. We went through a bunch of comments of what is this word, what is the land to you, why is it, you know, why is the view of this land this word to you? So if you can put that word in there, and it's the question from last week's video, that word, it's, you know, it's not view, but the question was view and something, like what about that view, that word about that view is what I'm asking. So we talked about it a whole bunch in the first half of this video, and so somebody could put that into the chat who hasn't won land before, doesn't work with me or for me in some regard. I'll give you a piece of land, another one of these probably Arkansas properties, as long as I can keep getting them for cheap and easy. I'll just keep giving them away, and you can do what you want with it. A lot of the ones I've been getting are like 3/4 of an acre to 1 acre kinds of properties, trees, road. Some of them have power lines, some of them are on streams, some of them are easier to access than others. Just basic land. So I see it starting to go by, and then my green lights go away and they turn red. So hopefully you guys can still see and hear me. And I see Terry Cohee is, let me pop this out. My internet's not keeping up. Okay, so people talking about that's what I want to do to build my house. Product endorsements, exactly. Same here, build it from the ground up, give it away. So endorse each other. Yep, sounds great. Okay, so Terry Cohee says inspirational. That's the word I'm looking for. So in my chat, Terry Cohee's the first one coming up. Tony Cross, you're second. If Tony Cross is looking at his chat, it probably looks like he's coming up first because just the way YouTube works. But in my chat, Terry Cohee is coming up as inspirational. And I'm going to go with Terry Cohee. So Terry Cohee, if you would, please send an email to Gilian, Gilian, at ruralvacantland.com, and say the name that you want the land in, your name, your YouTube username, your address, so I can get the deed to you. contact information in case I need to call you. A couple of times I had to call people and say, you know, that first one's not working. Sorry, I got your hopes up. We're going after a different one because of the negotiation process or whatever. You know, like people that I was getting the land from came back and wouldn't give it to me. So it's a process. I'll get the land. I'll get some land. Maybe the first land to start with, maybe the second or third. I'll get you some land, and you can run with it and do what you want with it. So Terry Cohee, please send an email to Gilian at ruralvacantland.com, and then I'll get you some land. And also Roto Bob FPV from this morning or from earlier. I'm going to write that one down before I lose it. Roto Bob FPV. You too. Send me your information. Get you the free land from the comments you left on the previous video. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks, everybody that's already bought land. Thank you, everybody that's thinking about buying land. I'm going to work on some of these land deals. I'm going to try to get some more videos up about other land we got up for sale on the website. And keep presenting the land until you find the right one for you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. See you next week. Maybe some videos in between. Adios. Talk to you later. Bye.